Hey everyone. Okay. So we're live, and I'm just going to continue to get set up here. I think that's better. Okay. Hey Glenn, I'm glad you're on. Hey Miriam. So if you hear bells, it's because I have ankle bells, because I want to demonstrate something after a little bit. Okay. Hi Abigail. Now I think, let's see. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Kevin. Yes, Boise is supposed to be really beautiful. I have friends, a really good friend, who teaches at the university there. Actually, he just retired. He's a horn player, and he conducted the orchestra at in Boise. I don't know what. I guess the university. I'm not sure. And his wife was a violinist, and also just retired from the public school system. And I think that I'm gonna be a little closer. Even though maybe you can't see both my hands if I do that. Let's see. Hi, Stephen. Other Stephen. Okay. Hi, Elliot. Hi, Simon from the UK. What am I doing? Hey, Alan, also from the UK. Hey, Tom from down the street. I think. Okay, I think that's better. Yes. What am I forgetting here? Alan says he saw a video yesterday about Leger reeds. I have never tried them, uh, but I don't know. Maybe somebody in the group uses them and can speak to Alan's question. Hey, Charlotte. Glad you're on. Hey, Michael. Hey, Richard. Hey, Mary Rose. So you're back from your trip? Hey, Rick. Glad you're on. Oh, you didn't get to Virginia yet. Oh, I thought you were there. Oh, that sounds great. Okay, everybody, welcome. It's 1 o'clock, and I think we'll get started. So, just a couple of quick announcements. This is our last class for a couple of weeks. After this, we'll go to once a month. I was thinking the third Sunday of every month, and that would bring us to July 19th. So, I don't know, maybe we have to change the name of the group to Learn a Klezmer tune a week, more or less, or something like that. But yeah, so July 19th will be the next one. And we have the Facebook page, and I know a lot of you have the link, and a lot of you are on. And I have a question for, I don't know if Dave Kaufman is on today, maybe not, but I know Aya had posted about a Sunday klezmer group that meets in California. And I don't know if they're weekly or bi-weekly, but hey, Karen from Munich, glad you're on. And so I haven't been able to attend because, I'm always sort of getting ready for this class on Sunday mornings. But if any of you have participated in that, I'd be curious to know how you like it and how it is. And I think I'm definitely going to try it out next week or the week after, the next time they have it. So so that's something to think about. I think it meets at 10 o'clock on Sundays, Eastern time. That's Eastern time. So whatever that works out for everybody else. But anyway, the post is up on Facebook, so you can see. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's busy, Michael. Is it posted on the Facebook page? Yes, Mary Rose, it's posted, and it looks like a cool thing. I think they do it over Zoom. But anyway, if any of you have done it, perhaps you can talk about it. 7 a.m. California. I don't know, Rachel. We'll have to. It's on the Facebook page. I may have gotten the time wrong, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, and it may not even be every week. I don't know. Okay, so today's tune is Bublitchki, which is it was a Russian tune. Bublitchki means pretzels, and not like hard pretzels, like like Schneider's pretzels that we get here in the U.S., but like very soft pretzels, like a bagel. And so Yiddish musicians, communities picked it up and named it Begelach in Yiddish, bagels. And this tune led a double life as both a swing tune and as a klez tune. And there are a couple of tunes like that. The Angels Sing is one of them. But this is definitely one. Ziggy Elman has a recording where he plays it first in swing style, then in klez, and then back to swing. And that's actually how Benny Goodman does his Angels Sing, which the klezmer tune is called Der Stieler Bulgar. And the swing version is called The Angels Sing and The Angels Sing. But the Barry sisters, who are also known as the Begelman sisters, had a recording of Bublitchki, Begelach. And so I thought today it would be fun to do both versions. So we're going to start with the klezmer. And what you're going to find is that what makes them different clearly is not the melody. It's a little bit of the ornamentation, but it's very largely the rhythm. So we think playing klezmer, we want to krecht and we want to slide and we want to laugh and do all that. But really so much is rhythm. So today's lesson is going to focus a lot on rhythm. Okay, I didn't put a scale. It's just A minor. But and we've had that scale before. So let's try. Oh, not enough bandwidth. Oh, Michael, you can't, hang on. Let me just type something to Michael. All right. Okay, so let's look at the left page, and we're just going to read it through without repeats. not too fast. If you want to jump right into the alternate version on the bottom staff, you can do that. But we won't do any repeats. We'll just go right to the second endings. Okay? Let's just give it a shot. Just read straight through. Here we go. Bublitchki. 1, 2. 1, 2. Go on. I have to correct one thing. Bar 5, the notes are incorrect. The last beat, where you have 4/16 on the bottom staff, the alternate staff, it should be. So the notes for clarinets are F, E, back to F natural, and then F sharp. So you're going to be changing the last 2/16 of that bar, of bar 5. And for you, Charlotte, and Michael, if you're on, you're going to have concert E flat, concert D, back to E flat, and then E natural. Okay, so I just made a little typo there. All right, so the first thing you see are accents. So let's try on the bottom staff playing the melody. It's a pretty simple melody with the accents. With the accents. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2. Okay, let's all try it together. 1, 2. 1, 2. So Rachel, you say you thought so too. Are people having trouble with the connection? Mine says excellent connection. So hopefully, I think maybe you're talking about the time for the California thing. Anyway, if anybody else is having trouble with the connection, just pipe up. Okay, so that's the rhythm. Da 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 da. That's the Bulgar beat. Ba 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 ba. And I want to show you something, how when you're feeling it in the Bulgar rhythm, it changes the way you play. And these accents that I put in are the Bulgar beat. We're not going to have it in the swing version. Okay, good. Everybody's good. So let me show you. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to play this. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to play it first tapping quarters like this. And then I'm going to tap. So just so you hear the difference, okay? This starts with the straight time. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, if I tap it with this while I'm playing, this is what it's going to sound like. So think about that, because that's going to come into play when we talk about the swing version. And now let's talk about some of the ornamentation. So we talked about the rhythm. We corrected the notes in bar 5. And now we want to look in bar 6, and I put some grace notes in there. bar 6 on the bottom staff, and also bar 7. So let's try bar 6 and bar 7, and also bar 8, where I just changed the rhythm in the last beat. So instead of 2 straight eighth notes, we just have, instead of ta-ta, we have ta-ta-ta. Okay, here is bar 6. Slowly. And grab those grace notes if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again, a little faster. Bar 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And in bar 8, of course, you could do that again. I'm just kind of using a G, but you can use any note that works for you. Now, look in bar 11, and the top line, and I like to use the fork F sharp, but you don't have to by any means. If you're more comfortable with the middle finger for F sharp and switch over to F natural, that's fine, but I like the fork, so it's index finger of the right hand with the sliver key. So we're going F sharp to F natural, and we're just making a little krecht by adding a G, and we can choke off that G with our tongue and ghost it. And then the line sounds like, instead of, we have klezmerizes it. Bar 12. This is something you can do a lot, and this is a good way to ornament, especially if you're, if you're classically trained and are sort of have a more legit mindset. Instead of just playing 2 eighth notes on the last beat of the bar, I just arpeggiate the chord. So instead of, I'm going, it's a concert B flat chord for you, Charlotte. For clarinets, it's a C major chord. And you can arpeggiate any notes in that triad. And this is why it's really good to know your triads. So I'm just playing a C major arpeggiation, okay? And let's look in bar 13. Again, instead of just the last beat, instead of just B to A as straight eighth notes, we make a krecht. Now, I know I've been talking a lot about krechting, ghosting by overblowing open G. But if that's hard for you, just instead of that D on the second 16th of the 4th beat in bar 13, you can just play a C natural clarinetist, or concert B flat for you, Charlotte. So you could just go, and it really doesn't matter. That middle note never matters because it's ghosted. So whatever works for you. I sort of like the overblowing the open G, because then it's almost like a crackle, which I like. It's not a squeak. I don't want to say squeak, but it's like a crackle. So, but whatever works for you technically is how you want to go. So let's try all together from bar 11. We'll go under tempo and see if you can grab all these little things. Bar 11. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Bar 14, I just do a little something on that half note to make it a little more interesting. And then bar 15, again, just on that second eighth note of the third beat, same notes. So bar 14, I do them as quarters, E, D sharp, E, or concert pitch D, C sharp, D. And then I do the exact same thing in the next bar, but in a little quick triplet ornament. So let's try bar 14 on the bottom staff and see if you can grab those things. 1, bar 14, 2, 1, 2, 3, and now, if Michael is on, and for you, Glyn, if playing the melody is great, and it's a, as a harmony rhythm instrument, you want to know the melody too. And us as melody players, we want to know the harmony and rhythm. But if you were to play harmony on this and rhythm, you would da, 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 da. That would be your rhythm underneath. You could do cha, 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 but the other way for this tune would be a little more stylistically appropriate. And same for the accordion for Michael. So, good. So let's try just from the top, see if you can get those ornaments, and we won't do any repeats. Then at the very end, we're going to play through everything with the backtracks. So for now, no repeats. Here we go. At the very top, still Bulgar, still klezmer style. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go on. That's the klezmer style. Now, let's look at the swing style. So, what you see is that the melody is the same, and the chords are basically the same. Now, for those of you who are more familiar with jazz and things, I didn't put inversions and sort of extended jazz chords. I kept it really super simple, partly so that you could still see this connection between the two styles. And the other thing that you see a lot of is the dotted eighth and 16th. It's not really a dotted eighth and 16th. It's really triplety feel, swing dotted rhythm. So instead of, that's kind of march-like, but this is going to be very lazy. Technically, it should be like within a triplet, to get really analytical, within a triplet, like a quarter and then an eighth, all within a quarter note triplet. But you get the idea. But the other thing that you want to do is you want to emphasize the little note. You want to sort of accent it. So it's not, it's not da, 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 but you want, you kind of want to emphasize it with your tonguing, with your air, with volume. And that's also in the swing style. So how about if we just read it and you kind of see what I did with this. We'll read it straight through, okay? And our beat is kind of this. 1, 2, 3, let's see, and I have to give a different kind of count off for the pickup. 1, 2, here we go. 1. And of course, the rhythm for the harmonic rhythm instruments are do, 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 do. And I'm sure you know how to play in a swing style on guitar. And yeah, so you just see that the notes are the same. A few inflections are different, but it's by and large almost exactly the same tune. One thing you can look at is in bar 26. I have a little mordant sign, and really all that is just the note that's printed, the B or the concert A, and going up to the next highest note in the key signature and back down. So instead of, we're playing, and you can kind of finesse the rhythm a little bit. In bar 27, 28, 29, in bar 29, we have a lot of this. Now, if I played it like this, that's klezmer, right? That's where I'm choking off the middle note. And we don't want that here. We want, so lazy, and this laziness extends to something else. In trills, in swing, you want them on the slow, lazy side. In klezmer, we want them super fast. So, you know, when we have a, right? But in swing, like, let me see if I can remember this. That's like a very famous, familiar Benny Goodman swing style little lick. And it's not that. It's lazy. Right? So that's another difference between swing and klez. Let's look at bar 38. Bar 38. It's again here, we're ornamenting that little chromatic line down. And I took this right from the Ziggy Elman recording. So it's, you could also do this. just make them triplets, going back to the first note of each little grouping. What else? 39, 40, 41. Bar 41. Bar 41. This to me always sounds like sounds like Frank Sinatra's New York, New York, that song. And I'm kind of just putting in a little Begelach, we would say in Yiddish, right? Instead of, which is pretty straight, we can go. So I'm adding the A, the concert G, in slow motion. And also, one thing to note about that rhythm, the way it's printed, is ta 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 ta. And I'm sure you heard that when I played this through, when we played it through together, I can't help but sort of inflect in the klezmer style in places. I know it isn't really, kosher and authentic, but that voice is so strong in my head that I naturally gravitate towards that, like, and it's kind of an interesting way to blend the two styles. One other thing about all this, a lot of people say, oh, klezmer's Jewish jazz. And I don't really think that's exactly true. Although there was a great deal of an interface between early jazz and swing in this country and the Jewish musicians. A lot of the Jewish musicians who worked in the Yiddish theater also worked, with Tin Pan Alley, and certainly there was this connectedness with all the club date musicians in the Borscht Belt and the Jewish Catskills, from the 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. So yes, there's a connection. I don't really think it's Jewish jazz, but Dave Taras put out a recording, Klezmer and Swing, and and these tunes obviously reflect a connection, a definite connection. If you have a band, or if you just play and concertize, on your own, or with backing tracks. Now that you have backing tracks, you can use these in if you just play wherever you want, busking or whatever, or in a nursing home, or wherever it's fun to play. One thing you can do is you can do exactly what we're doing. You can have the swing version, klez, swing, or klez, swing, klez. And it's kind of a nice way to put together a tune so that it's not always the same. Alan says, I think I heard you swoop to some of the unims. I'm not sure what your last word is there. I did swoop, and again, it's not exactly swing, but there's some freedom there. Yes, I did swoop. For instance, bar 25, Alan, I wrote grace notes there, right? A to G sharp A. You could also just do. Oh, thank you, Simon, for the translation. Minims? Okay, half notes. I know quavers and semiquavers. I didn't know the British term for half notes. Okay, so I swooped to some of the half notes in the swing version. Yeah. Yeah. I think a more authentic way would not be necessarily to do that. But one thing you can do in both styles is use a lot of vibrato. Now we haven't really talked about this that much, and I think maybe we'll save it for our July meeting. But adding vibrato, really brings your lines to life in this style. And as a classical player, I never ever played with vibrato, and but this music, obviously, it's an integral part of it. And that right away will make you sound close. So on those long notes, and I did that. I dipped the A down to just dipped with my lip. But you can also just do it by notes. And since you're sitting on that note, just vibrate a lot. Something like that. Okay, good. So how about this? So how about if I get my husband in here, and he holds the phone next to the microphone like he's been doing. He'll be off camera, and we'll play through. First the klez version, then the swing version. A semi-brev is a whole note. Oh, a semi-brev is a whole note in 4/4. Okay. Oh, a semi-brev. Okay, so the whole note. Right. So yes. So that's what I was doing. Right, Alan. Thanks, and thanks, Stephen, for the translation. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull it up. Now, we're starting with the swing version. I just need a little bit, I need to give you a little bit of explanation. Excuse me. We're starting with the Klezmer version with page 1, the Bulgar. But this tune starts with 3 pickups, right? Da 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 dum. And so what you're going to hear on the backtrack is you're going to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then you're going to hear a chord, and that's that 8th rest on beat 3. So you're going to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, bop 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 bum, and that's how you're gonna come in. Okay, and there's actually a chord on that 3rd 8th note, so don't be thrown off by that. Oh, good, Michael. I'm glad you're on. You can always watch the replay. Maybe it's the rain or something. It's raining here. Okay. Wait, what happened? Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, so you're going to hold it up like that. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Take the repeat. Go on. Repeat. Okay. Good, good, good. So that's a little slow. Now I made two versions. I have a faster version because the tune very often in the Klez style is played faster. So, but I didn't want to go too fast, for today. But there is a version that's right that speed. So if you want the fast speed, just let me know, and I'm happy to send it to you. Also, as I mentioned, I have parts that are easier to read than this. If you want that, I can send that to you too. All right, so now let's try the swing version. And this has a slightly different kind of pickup. For this, you're going to hear 1, 2, 1, and then you're going to keep hearing the clicks. It's going to be like click, 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 click. But you're going to hear click, 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 play. Okay? Because it comes in on the second quarter note of the second bar of the count off. You'll hear it. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? Swing version. 2. Oh, sorry, wait. I missed the first one. Hold on. I was talking. Sorry. I was talking. Let's do it again. Wait, what's up with this? Okay. I'll start it. I'll start it just so I can. Okay, so here we go. Swing version. It comes up pretty quick. 1, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So that was fun. I hope you guys liked it. And thanks, Glenn. And okay, everybody. So if you have any questions about anything, you can share them. You can share them on the Facebook page. And I'll miss everybody till July, but there's lots of great stuff out there, and I really, really appreciate you all spending these last 13, actually 14 weeks. It's been great. It's been great, and we'll keep it going. Oh, and I must thank Miriam for the backtracks. Thank you, Miriam. They're just great. She works really hard on them. Once you get used to Klez, it's very hard to switch back to swing. I agree. I agree. Oh, the hand was my husband. Yes. And it gives me great. Oh, good, Alan. I'm glad you could play most of that. Yes. Have a great summer, Karen. Thank you, Dominique. Thanks, Greg. Mickey Katz, Mary Rose, I think you're asking about Mickey Katz. Yeah. He's actually Joel Gray's father. And he was great. There are a lot of great recordings of him out there. What do you do on Sundays? I know. Well, Rick, I don't know if you missed it, but we were talking about this other thing that happens on online on Sundays out of California. But I will miss you guys. You're all really amazing and great. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for such wonderful feedback. Yes, you too. Everyone stay safe. Thanks. Go ahead.